All right, we got the 1984 Chevy S10 2.8 V6. This is the V-belt version. I think they switched to the serpentine in '86. Replaced a water pump. Had a water pump leak. Got everything pulled off. The fan shroud removed. Pulled the fan, pulleys, loosened up everything, took the belts off. I thought I had a bad pump. Replaced it with a new, and new pump started immediately leaking too. So when I pulled the old pump off, this is my old pump. Got a dirt dauber nest on it. I spent a lot of time in North Carolina. When I pulled the old pump off, this little piece broke off from the pump. I didn't think much about it, but then when the second one broke, the second one started leaking. It's leaking from this same area on the new pump. And I looked at this, and it looks like this had been cracked for a while. You can see the two different colors. You can see the old, soiled crack, and then the fresh crack where it looks like it gave up the ghost as I was pulling it out. There's the rest of the crack. Here's the full pump. The back side, all in all, not in terrible shape. Yeah, rotates fine. It's old. The new pump, let's see if I can get this in here. Let's see if it'll focus. You see that crack right there. I torqued it to spec, 15 foot-pounds, and that's what I got. So I'm not sure what's causing that. I'm guessing there's something wrong with the timing cover, because it's now seems to be the cause of two pumps going bad. So I'm gonna get this all taken apart. We'll see what I find. All right, pulled the water pump out of there. I moved some things out of the way. Hoses, the, what was that? The refrigerant piece that sat up here. Pulled the pump off. As you can see on the inside, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a crack right there. And on this side, very clear crack. It's from this area right here. This nut is slightly recessed. Let's see if it'll focus on this. I don't know what to think about this. I feel like generally that's in a flat plane. Except for that nut. So I just set the water pump back on here. See, there's a gap. I mean, I don't have any of the other bolts in here. I just got this one in finger tight. And there's a gap, space there. You can see it clearly. It's cracked all over the place here. So I don't want to replace the timing cover. So I'm thinking I either throw a couple washers in there, or I just put this thing back together with the water pump, go finger tight on that one, and then get all the other bolts back in place. All right, new water pump installed. Ended up going with a higher quality, probably what I should have done in the first place, a Stelco water pump. I was just extra careful as I torqued everything down to spec. Let's see if we can see down in here. I did get some gasket maker, squirted around. And also, I don't know if you can see that, did throw a washer in there. I don't know that it's really doing much of anything. Put a washer in there and some gasket maker on top of it. I've already started reinstalling some of my hoses, and there's no crack. So that was the trouble spot. I mean, I don't have it all put back together yet, but I got everything torqued down. I was gentle as I torqued, did only to 15 pounds. I did each hit, 5 pounds, and then 10 pounds, and then 15. Actually, this one that's right here, I don't think I took it to 15. I think I just did maybe just 5 because I was scared. But I'll keep an eye on it. We'll get this thing all put back together, see how it runs. All right, I filled it up with, I was gonna do a flush, so I filled it up with water, and everything looked good as I filled it up. But then when I cranked up the engine and turned it off, I did see it. There was a drip, 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 drip. Very frustrating and scary at first, but then come to find out it was this guy that was, let's see if it focuses, leaking. The hose that had been on here, whenever I pulled it off initially, I thought that's going to be a problem to get it back on. It should be replaced, but I didn't replace it. And but now I am. So I'm getting that replaced now. Pulled it off of it's underneath the compressor. I said that wrong before. It was underneath the compressor over here. Man, it's not focusing. And the hoses were coming in and out of my heater. So one is the small one, 5/8 inside diameter, and the other one is 3/4 inside diameter, what that's worth. So I got the new hoses.